Everybody, Alec Tackmann here. This is Go and Practice, Book 3, page 32 and 33, the six-stroke fill as 16th notes, part 1 and 2. It's kind of a mouthful. And another quick disclaimer here, these pages are kind of entering the realm of the ridiculous. This is the type of fill that is, in most settings, going to sound like you're just cramming stuff in there. Most of the time is going to be inappropriate. So don't go trying this one when someone's trying to sing vocals or whatever. This is just like gratuitous drummer stuff to toss in at the end of a drum solo or something in a fun situation. So basically it's the previous page is the six-stroke fill, right, left, bass as triplets. Where in that one, the right hand is basically like pounding the downbeats, like. And when you get the flow of that fill down quickly, where you can just think of that first stroke as your anchor point, now we're going to start placing them on odd groupings. Like you could call that a dotted quarter note or a dotted eighth note or however you want to place it. So like number one is that first idea. When you just look at it, it looks like a total mess on paper. But when you see the six-stroke combinations in there and realize what's going on, it's not too bad. The problem is going to be that it doesn't quite evenly fit into two measures, so you have to finish it off with a quick right-left to get into that crash cymbal. So I'll kind of ease into this one. Starting with just the right-hand part, it's going to be playing against quarter notes. That's what we're highlighting, and then plus the extra right-left at the end, you have this. With everything. So it's dependent on that feel of like bum 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 at the end. So anyway, the rest of this is going to be the same variations from before, just placed in this 3/4 feel. So like number 2 is the one where you stay in the floor tom. The trade-off here is now the right hand is playing like. That might be useful around the right, musical context. 3 is the same thing, just going up and down. Again, it's getting pretty showy. 4 is the free jazz one from before. So we're using a ride cymbal instead of the rack tom. Articulation is going to be the key to that one. Again, that one is more of a jazz fusion type thing. 5 mirrors 5 on the previous pages. Sub out the kick drum for a hi-hat. You get this one. And then number 1 on the next page is the same thing. We're just reversing that motion. All right, so the rest of the page 33, I changed it up a little bit. I just moved them to starting on beat 2 instead of beat 1. So if you do want to mess around with this fill and use it, it's good to just try to begin it on other counts so it doesn't just always sound like the same, thing all the time. But starting on beat 2, you have to round off the unevenness of the phrase with 4 single strokes instead of 2, and that's going to be a little bit tricky to suddenly convert from this lick to 1, 2, 3, 4 as quick as you can. So number 2 on page 33. Let's try this one starting on 2. And you got to bring up that, which is just single strokes. Number 3 on that page, same thing. Variants we've done before. Keep the right hand on the floor tom. Number 4 is up and down the toms. And then the last one, number 5, is the ride cymbal hi-hat one. Same thing, I don't need to play it. But anyway, I think you got the idea of it. It's 4 pages of the same pattern, but hopefully there's, a lot of mileage you can get off of it. Again, I almost feel guilty putting this in the book, doing this video, because it's such a like roll your eyes to the drummer type of fill. So be really careful where you use it. In the right setting, it can be super cool. If you use it in the wrong setting, people are going to not want to play with you. So be very careful. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. If you got any questions, again, let me know. I appreciate you all checking out the series and the books and all that. And I'll see you all next week on the next video. Thanks. Bye.